Today on the victim economy, should we let ISIS brides return back to Australia? I wanted to cover an article that came through this morning via SBS News. Australia's first IS bride, Zehra Duman, and her children have fled to Turkey. So the Melbourne-born woman who had her Australian citizenship revoked for joining the terrorist organisation has left the Al-Hol refugee camp in northeast Syria with her two young children. So it appears from this story that this young girl fled Australia, was radicalised in a mosque in Melbourne, fled Australia, became Australia's first IS bride, had a couple of kids to an IS fighter named Mahmoud Abdulatif, and he was reportedly killed in 2015. And she has been seen in the past making some posts. Our husband died in the front lines, but that doesn't stop women in the West from sending their husbands to kill kuffar, which means non-believers. Attack the UK, Australia, and US. This was her. So now that the terrorist organization has been dismantled, largely to a large extent, I guess, now she wants to come back home. And all of a sudden, she's an Australian citizen, and she deserves to come back. And this video here is a story with her mother in it. That's her mother there. Basically, and don't get me wrong, I understand her perspective, and I think any mother would do what she is doing and is lobbying for her daughter to come back. However, I believe I speak for most Australians, is that when you go over there and make that choice, that's a one-way ticket. When you're posting things online and expressing and encouraging others to attack the US, UK, and Australia, to kill people here, to cause carnage and chaos, you're done. You aren't coming back. This woman, this mother of this woman, watching this infuriates me and frustrates me just as much at the same time. So I'm going to go through a few snippets, and I would like to see what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think she should come back? As I said, I understand the mother is emotional. That's her daughter. But I'm sorry, that door is shut. I don't know if everyone agrees with me. I'd love to hear what you think, but I don't want her or her children coming back to this country. Let's watch.
Why did you decide that you were ready to speak?
Because I've been going for the last 3 years, speak about it today, to babies.
I want to go back to my country. Obviously, I think everybody's asking for that because, I'm an Australian citizen, and I think I have, not just me, my kids have a right to at least be, treated like normal kids, hospital, medicine, food.
So she went over there supporting a group breeding the next generation for that group, posting on social media encouraging others to create violence, to become terrorists, to radicalize along with her. Now that shit's gone pear-shaped and her plan has gone down the drain, she has the balls to say everyone wants her to come back. She deserves a certain standard of living. She wants medical and hospital for her and her children. The balls on this chick.
Now they have to take responsibility for those decisions to join up with terrorists who are fighting Australia. Now I'm not going to put any Australian at risk to try and extract people from those situations.
Now I'm not going to go through the entire video, but I'm just going to try and skip to a few parts that I found interesting.
I didn't even know where Syria was.
When did you first realize?
Scared. So, you know, I thought she's been brainwashed. They're all brainwashed. I don't believe that Zehra, with her beliefs or the way she feels about everything, or what's on the Twitter accounts or Facebook or whatever it is. I've always said that she was made to write, to speak, whatever it was. I know my daughter. It's not her. She was made to do what she was doing.
Did she ever express to you in very clear terms what her views were, religiously, politically?
She couldn't. She couldn't.
And throughout this time, you're working closely with the Australian authorities?
Authorities, yep.
You probably won't believe, but I was actually so happy for him. All I thought was, he is with my Lord seeking provision, flying the heart of a green bird. I only wanted what he got.
Do women also go there to be martyrs? Like, do you also wish for that?
Of course, that's our dream, to obtain martyrdom.
A lot of people who are watching this might say 18 is not a child. She must have known what this
I'm
group
not
of
saying I don't blame Zehra. Obviously it was her choice. But at the same time, you know, we all make mistakes.
The girl went overseas to support a terrorist organization that their entire agenda is to destroy the Western world. And the best she's got is everyone makes mistakes.
She, you know, she's sorry for what she's done.
What does she think should happen to her?
Well, she thinks that she should be able to come back home.
Has she said to you
And it's not just a simple answer where
My own world, in my own tent with one friend, and we just do our own thing. Everyone is still very extreme, so I stay away, you know? For years I tried to come out of that place so I can get away from that, and now I'm just trying to be me.
Tell me what you know about Zehra's children.
yeah, they're just innocent. Like every other child and baby. You know, they're no different to any other kids. But they will be, if they're where they are, they will be different.
Have you spoken to them?
I have, yes. He told me how much he loved me, my grandson.
Would you want them to come and live with you?
Of course. Of course.
What is your message to Australia?
My message is, I just want to know if they're going to be able to do something for my daughter. I just think it is Australia's responsibility because she's an Australian citizen. I'm an Australian citizen. She's a third generation. And she hasn't done anything wrong here. I haven't done anything wrong.
Wow. She's an Australian. She deserves to come back, yet she's gone over to support horrific atrocities and terrorist acts. Those kids do not deserve to come back to Australia. She does not deserve to come back to Australia. That is the bloodline of a terrorist. I can understand people might say the kids are innocent, but I'm sorry. I do not want them in this country. I do not want her in this country. And the mother had the balls to say she's done nothing wrong in Australia. So that means I can go overseas and commit crimes like rape, murder. But when I come back, slate's clean. I didn't do anything in Australia. It had nothing to do with Australia. Yet she was on social media telling people to commit terrorist acts in this country. Terrorist acts. What do you guys think?
So are we being punished for a mistake that she's made? And do I have to pay the consequences? My family, people around me? You know, this affects everybody.
And what do you say to...
So I'm going to wrap up the video there, but I love how she twists it at the end. Oh, my family, like we're suffering heartache, like how can you do this to us? This affects everyone, me, my husband, my children. What a pathetic joke. If you really want to go be with your daughter, you pack your shit, leave Australia, and go live in another country. Go to Syria, go somewhere else, and set up your life there and be together. When a Westerner commits a terrorist act, we lock them up for life. Look at what happened in New Zealand. Life sentence. He got paraded on the stand. Everyone got to come back to the court and stand in front of him and have their say and put things to bed, and now he's locked up. If she wants to come back, it's no come back to Australia and your life goes back to normal. You come back, you stand trial for war crimes. And you pay the price. And you stand in front of the Westerners, the victims, and let them tell you how they feel. She wants a free ride, and she's twisting everything to make it seem like they are the victims. They are suffering. What is Australia going to do for us? I'll post the link to this article and this video in the comments below. Love to hear what everyone else has to say. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think what I'm saying is a terrible thing? Or do you agree with me and think I'm just calling it as I see it? Let me know in the comments. Until next time,